Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Student podcast. Namhlanje siphethe XOLELA MADLANGA. Sawubona sis.
Hello.
Unjani?
Hi, nam ndiyaphila shame. No,
Yeah.
happy to be alive. Happy to be
Man,
alive.
that's
Yeah.
yo. Hey, yabona-ke entrepreneurship ibuyibe.
Yeah, that's
People end up appreciating life.
Ewe kakhulu yo, like every little bit matters. Every
Let it
little
take.
bit matters, yeah.
Yeah. No man, this is a platform to educate, ne?
Okay.
I regard you as a very practical person who thinks and does, and from that I'm sure you gained a lot of wisdom, and I want you just to deposit yabo, to the future basically, and other people who aspire to be people who do things practically yabo.
Sure.
Yeah, so iqala kalula nje lento. I usually started like this. Khona usise ngihlezi ngimbona ne.
Okay.
Lo sisi mangimbona uthi, here's a penny, please give me a thought.
All right.
A penny for your thought. A random thought, something inspirational, something that's stuck in your head that you wish just to deposit.
Yo. Random thought. I think all that's been rattling in my head lately is just how to monetize my skill and live off my craft. That's just been what's happening. So what's the best way to capitalize? With the littlest of effort.
Yeah.
And because a lot of things take a lot of work, but okay, what's the bare minimum I can do with the highest return?
Because there must be a return for each and every investment we make. But unfortunately, we are charting avenues that had never been charted before. Ingakho gcina yini blueprint. Then we have to carve that.
Yeah, and I think it's there's, especially in my field, you can always follow someone else's blueprint, but it might not work the same for you because it's already been done and people are always looking for something new. Or you can always adapt something to fit your situation and where you're at and what you're trying to accomplish. I think I find myself in a space where I'd say I'm not looking to do things the way, and it feels like I'm copying. And as a creator, and there's sometimes where you just have to follow the rules of the game or whatever, but copying something that somebody else has done feels icky.
So you feel like you're selling out?
You know what? I believe in selling out.
Term, yeah.
You must sell out. I'm sorry.
But more kopela bantu uzongathi you are selling out to the authentic you.
Okay,
so
yes, definitely. That's the fight. Then it does. So I think Nyani, when you feel like something is not organic or it's not authentic to who you are, you can always feel that push and pull. When your spirit doesn't agree with something, then okay, maybe I mustn't pursue this avenue. But it helps just to learn what other people are doing, how they're doing it, and you can see maybe how you can apply it in your life, but in a way that you're comfortable with. Or look for something that's uniquely you. I'm not sure if this is making sense in any way.
No. It's in sense because it's easy in the way too. I believe in time, man. Time allows things to settle in your head, and then you get to experience life. Bese lento izwile ends up meeting
at some point.
So I would like to appreciate you for those words, and that it's some sort of a caution. Guys, don't forget to think about the monetization of what you're trying to do.
Yeah, especially as artists, I think we'll just love doing things for the passion. If I was singing, and that's not right.
Trend, you guys.
Yeah,
you are well known, but
where's
the financial balance?
Exactly. So there's always the business side that's missing from being in the arts or in the creative field. And there's some people who get it right, and I really admire that about those people.
Yeah.
And it's people you often and really learn from them. And then naturally I'm not one of those people who are automatically like, okay, this is how we can make the most money out of this. I just do it for the love.
Do you think maybe it has to do with your upbringing? How did you come to be this person? Do you think it has factors?
In most of my life, I can trace back that I can say, well, okay, sharp, yeah, this is from my upgrade. I don't think so. Yes, but I don't think I've thought of it that far.
Yeah.
The only thing I can relate to my upbringing and how maybe I price things is that I don't like paying a lot of money for stuff.
Yeah.
I believe in being a cheapskate, but maybe that's because I grew up poorish. I don't want to say poor. I don't think let's say middle class.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm a standard to suya was with angaka.
Yeah.
Therefore, when I look ngayo mhlambi la.
Anyway, yeah. So I think we were middle class.
You can't regard it as poor.
And there's a lot of things I wanted that we couldn't afford, and I loved stationery, for example, but I couldn't. January was always so painful for me, bruh. And my mom tried the best, but you have school fees, you got uniform, you've got all of these things, and then you've got this child who wants random coloring pencils as
I'm a monomies.
And coveted. But I think so that I think that part factors in how I look at pricing, and that's been problematic.
So you became price conscious at a very young age. Therefore, no musu sekumele uzenzele izinto zakho.
Exactly.
But okwazi ukuyicharge.
You can't. So I've had to re-engineer my head around pricing, especially in Johannesburg. Like, I keep making this example because it blew my mind, and it showed me that there's a market for whatever. There's always someone who wants to buy something you have. This lady sold a candle for 3.9.
3,000.
I can never get over it, and she showed me that look. Look, now that candle probably cost her like 450 to make, and then like that margin is insane, but it's possible.
Damn.
And that was her third candle. So look,
so plus minus 10k
from her passion. I love it, and that's her side hustle. She's got another successful business that she's running. This is just something she does on the side. So that taught me a lesson. So now I'm trying to like re-engineer my brain into thinking not from yabo, but like a business person.
Yeah, because it's like you're assuming a position your mood.
Exactly.
Natifetu, we always face this issue of pricing, yabo, especially with the fridge rental business. You're like, shit, a person can buy a pizza for 300 rand.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But when it comes to us saying a fridge can be listed at this price, we feel like we are taking too much. But you're like, this fridge is going to help this person to buy food that can last longer, healthier. We are always justified. But if we always think from the other side. Like, I feel like I'm
taking advantage of people.
You're actually not.
No, you're not. Yeah. Like, I've had to also go back. So I've struggled, I think, with understanding the value that art provides. So I remember I just went to like a speed coaching thing a while ago, and she was like, okay, so but why do people buy your stuff, or what do you think, what value does your product add in people's lives? And I was like, this is art, babes. Like, it's not like it's a need. But then I realized, look, I'm telling stories, I'm beautifying spays, I'm adding aesthetic. You have to actually really think about it.
Basically.
Yeah.
You have to, because there's art that you made for me, ne? Leon Pag.
All three.
all of them. All of them. All of them. Yeah,
beautiful moments, by the way. So happy to be part of them.
But you understand, Kimi, yes, when it's just material, but to me, it means a lot because it has the names Zalabantu who supported my business at the beginning. It has the artwork of the future. I wanna create a bread. And you've given me that. So every time I'm born, I'm like, this thing is going to happen.
Oh, I love that.
I have to keep this. This is, yini bayibiza ngani, into engathi memento.
So it's sentimental.
Yeah, it's one of those things that are sentimental. Mangati, let's say Umpawu becomes a business like Ubat.
Yeah.
The people with their names here must kindly board you come and draw on the wall. They will want to come and take pictures.
Oh
there.
man,
and
yes.
to them, it's gonna mean something. Mama, even on TV, learn a simple thing. They'll be like, "Haibo, Mama, your name is there."
Bazokumbula la venue pa SSV.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, man.
So art is really very important.
It is. It is.
So I just wish you can handle the pricing, but the most important thing about art is that as time takes longer, the more valuable it becomes.
Yeah, I recently sold four pieces to this other guy, and he was like, "Look, four pieces." He was like, "Okay, look, I need you to sign and date these, and write the series because." I want to be able to, when the time comes, to resell them for the value they were. Yeah, so that was quite an affirmation. But again, it's nice to, for someone to say those things to you. But you, as an artist, it's a dangerous place also, because as an artist, you're caught between what people like and that affirmation. And approval, and then also being, satisfied with what you produce,
what you make,
and being, validation from yourself. That's the correct word. The validation from people, but it becomes dangerous when it becomes your only source is what people say about your work.
Their perception of your reality.
So you always have to keep skating that line. Take the praise and accept it and enjoy it, but don't let it be the thing that drives you, because then you're only producing. Again, which is another battle. I'm sorry I'm dealing, but they're all linked.
No, man,
it's another battle when you're caught between creating what people will like, and then creating because you want to make things and you want to tell a specific story. And there's times where it won't be received well, but then when you create just for people to consume, then you're empty at the end of it. And so that's the fight with art. Is you can't separate. You can't completely separate yourself from it. Yeah, unlike any other business.
So it's like when a mass production of some sort.
You can. I'll give you an example. So there's like those bags, for example, the City of Gold bags that I made as a celebration of my move to Johannesburg. And I thought, people are gonna love this at markets. Yeah, izothandwa. I sold two.
How did that affect you?
No, you think, oh man, do people not like it or whatnot? But I also think it's channels. There's a lot I think I haven't factored into selling my products, which I'm still learning. I think that's fine. It's where you're selling, who the audience is, and
what's the
customer,
so relate.
Exactly. The two people that have bought it have been people from overseas who said, you know what, I'm going out of the country. No, man, it wasn't two. At least it was three, man. Shame. There's this other lady. So, no, man, we're going out of the country, and you know what I want to remember, and this is going to remind me of South Africa. Yeah, well, then there's things I want to do, like notebooks and because I love taking notes and I love notebooks. I'm just, when you go to these conferences and you get notebooks, I have all of them.
Notebook, and now you're planning on issuing one.
But I want one that's a planner. I want one that's intentional. And that's something that can be mass produced. Yeah. So, and like the fabric that can be mass produced. There's different items that they can be done like that. Then there's certain items where I feel a certain way about.
Yeah, the more personal.
Yeah.
Hi. Thank you very much for relating your.
So which means you must buy a bag.
Your hardships. No, I always make sure I find something, because I strongly believe in what you do. Ne?
Oh, thank you.
If I remember properly, the time Sisa phone, because we met each other when we were studying. Do you want to answer it? Where is it?
I'm so sorry. My phone usually does not ring. So if I begin, I'll just, I'm very surprised that it's actually ringing. The only other, the two people that could be calling is either my new client or my mother.
No, the bag actually wanted to appear on screen.
So I really like it though, and it's eco cotton because you know what, as an upcycler, I'm very passionate about sustainability.
And Jozi.
Yes, the city of gold.
The city lights.
Okay, sorry.
That's the Vodacom Motwat Tower there.
Yeah, it's my mother's.
Key podcast, guys. It's real time. It's authentic. It's genuine.
Can't you edit this part out?
No fluff. So born.
You can edit it out, yeah. So, yeah.
It's very then we speak about it.
All right. So this one is being used and abused by me.
Yeah.
But it was just a celebration of my move. City of gold with, of course, my pattern in the background, eco cotton fabric, locally made. So I tried as much as possible to make sure that I'm not contributing to fast fashion as well in the apparel side.
Yeah.
But it's not always easy. So finding someone who's you'd think it would be easy, but do you know how many times I've asked people, hey, where do you get your hoodies made? And they're like,
hey. Because man, you are tapping into another space. It's like you are questioning their consciousness.
Yo, sana. Kanti, I just want to we just want to share resources, but
because they feel like protection of information keeps things valuable.
I guess. But now that one guy is missing out on business because we're now
but we need to understand a boss to boss conversation. We need to be able to distinguish that. I'm actually not speaking to a customer. I'm speaking to a potential collaborant or whatever. Let's look at it at that level. I think we can also tap into the boss lady events because that's where I actually got to know you more and what you do. Klabe, can you give people a glimpse of what the boss lady really represents?
Okay, it's funny because I talked about this just on another podcast recently, and how I kind of stepped away a little bit from calling myself the boss lady. But originally, the whole point was, I was trying to turn something that was a negative connotation because I grew up being called bossy and it was always said in a negative light. And shame, people weren't lying. Let's be honest. I'm that person.
We are my prefect.
My class. Yes, everything, all of it, and the leader everywhere. But I've had to learn, and I think university was a great space for me to channel that correctly and to learn how to be a leader but not be a bossy person. So but I still wanted to change that negative because for me, when you talk about a boss, you're talking about a certain level of excellence. You're talking about a certain level of execution. Everything is done properly, and you always want the best.
It's a standard.
It's a standard, yes. So that's why I even named my graphic design business Boss Eternal, Boss Forever. But the eternal was from a scripture in the Bible. Your kingdom your kingdom reigns forever. No, I misunderstand. Wait, I'm misquoting it, but
it also speaks about
your kingdom knows no end. That's the part.
Longevity.
Exactly. And that sometimes your resources, for me personally, earthly resources will deplete, but I can always draw from my creator. So that's another one. So then Boss Lady was a stage name when I hosted events, and it also reminded me I'm here to perform at peak every single time.
It was armor
exactly
of some sort.
Yeah. Wasn't always great though. I sucked a couple of times, but other times I did well.
Being self-aware is a double-edged sword, because the other people, they are just caught up. Caught up in the motion. And they won't critically point out as in no man, that's a great story. But ngiyafuna ungene on mhlambe you can even also introduce your podcast platform local manga with okay with the boss lady events.
Oh, the boss dinners.
Boss
okay.
dinners.
Okay. Oh,
This was the idea, and this is what it actually meant to you.
Yeah. Oh man. So that was 2016. Was it 2017 or 2016? Somewhere around there.
2017.
Yeah, 2017. I really wanted to create a platform to recognize, because PE is so rich in talent, and I was like, I want to have a platform for creatives and entrepreneurs to want to interact, but for them to be recognized for the strides that they are taking, and that, look, you may not even be recognized elsewhere, but I think you're going to be amazing.
It's like a pre-scene.
Yeah. You're doing absolutely amazing, but I also wanted to connect them with each other, so connect creatives and entrepreneurs in the Bay with each other for future collaborations, partnerships, etc. And some of them actually happened. So that
I can attest.
you can attest. Anyway, so it was. Oh, I loved them all. I got to meet some incredible creators and entrepreneurs in PE. Some I still maintain relationships with, and some who have gone to do beautiful things. I think we're not going to name drop, but some of them, you know what, Nyani, they were what we saw back in the day, and they're doing amazing
and
things.
I'm sure a millionaire, one or two.
Yeah.
Are they? Oh.
I know one guy now. He started. He runs it's not a construction business per se.
Architectural.
It's construction, renovations, all of that, building, whatever.
Yeah.
There's so many people that we've had. Utafaya was one of the invitees once. And Utafaya had met him at Spa. He was with his friends. And one Bulisa in such an awkward way, I was like, who is this man and what does he want? Then, it was such an awkward encounter, but he didn't remember. But
you didn't know it too. You didn't know each other from
No. Then when he came to the boss dinner, I was like, wait, I know this guy. You're the guy from Spa. But he didn't remember me. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Now Goku, I'm sure if I bumped into him, he still wouldn't remember me. But yeah, seeing how his career has taken off has also been quite beautiful to see, from, just doing skits from Lana, moving all the way to Johannesburg.
That's led over to me now. By the look of things, it's you giving people flowers before the world gives them the flowers.
Yeah.
You have an eye for talent, or you can show that you appreciate what this person is doing, and that's what you did to me. That's why I also want to give you your flowers. I'm like, XOLELA, you have been out there, and there are people who draw inspiration from me, but I'm like, hey yo guys, if you know how many people backed this thing to be here at this level. Nyakumbula, even on the launch, it was raining cats and dogs
for Umpago. Was it?
It was raining. Go man's pants.
Sure.
But people pulled up.
Yeah.
It was the first event here. I'm like, shit, this thing's too big.
Yeah.
And I was so glad to see you sign your name there. I'm like, man,
I don't even remember the rain.
It was a blessing, I guess.
Yeah.
You gave me my first contract, not even a contract, but a first gig. I think Sia Ban.
When Sia Bailey came Sia Bailey.
It was my first challenge. I'm like, this girl believed in me. No,
you know what I've learned at NMU? People, especially black kids at university must find a way to eat. And if you have a way to do that, do so. So even my last year at university, when we had to do everything virtually, I had to be intentional about who we were hiring. One, we were looking for people who were talented and could do the job, but we were looking for young and black people as well, because it's COVID. Imisebenzi is tough, especially for creators.
You were so deliberate. Yeah.
So I said to my boss, look, can we just hire young black people? So that we're not just sending this money anyway. And he was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, okay, I want to meet them, I want to make sure that they can deliver. And they did. We hired 3 videographers, photographers, they did all 3, all 2. And that's I feel like then you're adding value. If you can't use your platform to
to uplift or even
especially other black people please just quit. But I like what you said. But for me also, the boss dinners were about learning. I, for example, Uzinzi May, she shared so much about the graphic design world and how to about money management and just I can't even remember, but I remember coming out from that discussion. It's like, actually, I learned so much.
You took more from that. Oh, this was about me. But even the host herself.
I always kept like a little notebook, and I'm sure I have them somewhere. I need to find them, of some of the gems that people drop. Oh, here's my favorite one also. So, Uhlubi.
She remembers, guys.
I can't remember her surname. Uhlubi. She was Madiba's radio host.
Yeah.
And we were talking about black text. We had an all ladies talk.
Black text.
Yeah. Where I told them about black text, and she's like, you know what? I actually chose not to subscribe to black text. Instead, what I've done is invest in the people who need my help. And I was like, okay, and she still elaborate what, for example, my cousin, I'm not sure if this is how she said it, but a family member of hers didn't have a job or whatever. So what she did, she assisted her in paying for a course so that she can be skilled. So now that she's not dependent on her anymore. And I thought that's so much better. So you empower someone so that
to be able to self-sustain.
Exactly.
Because I think it also covers an element of dignity.
Yeah.
It gives you that self-respect.
Yeah.
Uzenzelile.
Yeah.
You got to it.
Yeah.
Yes, I made means to help you, but you got to the back and you actually made it.
Be empowered. Yeah, which reminds me of why Umbago existed, Such a beautiful story.
I'm the testimony, guys.
Yeah.
XOLELA sahlangana endleleni, and I was carrying these trays. The first time I was carrying these trays. I'm like, shit, will I be able to serve all of these muffins? Now you're like, hey, but I don't have money. Then after ufike endlini, you're like, these are actually good. You gave me feedback. Then you're like, there's an event that is coming. That I was like, that had to happen. And I really appreciate what you do to other kids.
I know there's many of us, and I think there'll be more to come. There's so much more I really want to do. So I'm hoping to be able to create those platforms even more. But yeah, man, and I think being surrounded by people who are go-getters and you get inspired, and I would do what you can. Do what you can.
When it comes to major lessons, I think major lessons can come from failure. Or something that has to do with failing and not getting what you're supposed or what you think you deserve to get. What are those lessons in Mhlampe that you can share with the pack and say, from this is what I draw, and Mhlampe now you don't have to even experience that. Please take this from my experience.
This might sound pessimistic, but and I'm not sure how it's gonna come across, but from my experience, so I'm usually very, and it's again I think this goes back to being told that I'm too bossy, whatever. But I love collaborating as well. So there are times where I'm working with other people that I try to then withdraw. So that it doesn't seem like I'm pushing or I'm pushing my will.
Boundaries.
So then I do it too much. Then you give away. Because look, there's a difference between in business if you're too
relaxed, laid back.
If you're too giving, like there's a give and take. You mustn't forget. I think even if you're doing business with friends and you might think, oh no, boundaries are still important. Roles are still important. It just helps both of you maintain a good relationship and no one takes advantage of the other person. So I think for me, I learned to be careful, not just to be too trusting. I don't know. I think not to be too trusting, umuntu ngamazi, but their intentions for you may not be the same. So have an agreement. Nobody told me like it just helps keeps things on the up and up business wise.
Did you have to learn that the hard way?
The hard way. Have things written down. Send a feedback email as we discussed today. Exactly. Have it written down.
Guys, write things down. Get to the uncomfortable part. Ask the silliest of questions.
And make sure that you. And another thing for me is communication. Sometimes you think, oh no, we both understand that this is what was said, or we're on the same page. Kandomyumdu is not on the same page. And now my boss hated this about me as well. I was LMU. Not that she hated it, but like I think it was an irritation. She would have to follow up with me. Even though something is done, yes, but I just didn't say, here I am.
And I've done this.
And then my Rob, before he left, I worked with Rob for a little bit, and when during COVID, he would give status updates all the time. I would find them annoying because I'm like, you don't have to tell us all, but it so helps. Basic, but it helps people be on the same page, and there are other people who need constant reassurance, so it helps those people. So communicate, like just say, even if you think it's obvious, say it.
No, goes of it, and I'm sure this is kind of tapping into the boss mode. Like a boss is a person who leads, ne? In you being a leader, communication, ibalulekile. We have so many encounters, Mina, now. You remember when we were participating in the ethics group?
Oh my goodness!
What? I used to hate oral. What? Yes. Then I was given this task, but no man. A greater part of me operating from a fear perspective, an inferior. But you guys, I think two guys, it's you, XOLELA, and
Edward
Hoskins. Shout out to Edward. You guys really pushed me.
And I think that's, working with Edward taught me that I can, because normally I know when I automatically take a lead, but I was able to,
to trust.
That was very good for me. Loved it. No, that was the best group work ever. Listen, I will compare every other group. Okay, besides the actors. I will compare every other group I've been in with that ethics group. We did a good job, guys.
And we became number one.
We won.
To me, there was an assurance. No, man, you can do more. You can really do more. Take your part and play your part.
Yes.
You guys really pushed
I
me.
love that. Take your part.
And when you speak about collaborations, isn't it Kalaganji? It's what you saw from that small encounter, then you take it to the next level. It gets bigger because everyone is becoming lomuntu ayifisa.
And just being able to nurture relationships, I think that's another thing we need to learn, because sometimes busy get problems and you forget just to check up on people or say congratulations when something good happens, whatever. But nurturing relationships, I think I sometimes forget to be like
the simple and the basic things. Because this is bonile status, more with the status. Say something about that. But who is
don't you ever sometimes feel like you're bothering people? Like sometimes I feel like I'm bothering people when I comment on this stuff.
That's me. I didn't get to hear it.
Okay.
From you. You understand? Right. And I take myself as, what if I wasn't online? What if I didn't go on Facebook? Would you still assume that I saw it? Then when I see you, a person to person, I'm like, hey bro, I saw that. Nah. But upload that we status is kind of tricky. Because now I'm sure Usugutoli isn't ending on the line. To share wisdom on mentors. I'm aware that you've worked with a lot of older people, you've taken a lot from those experiences. What's your take on mentorship?
When you can find a good mentor, it's really beneficial, especially in entrepreneurship. Like, I can't overstate that. But the thing about mentorship is it's not going to last forever.
Yeah.
There's some that will reach their end, and you must be okay with it, because that season with your mentor is done.
It's depleted.
And I prefer a formal arrangement than an informal form of mentorship, because then you take it more seriously and you respect that opportunity. But if you can find someone to mentor you and is really keen and is making time for you to learn from them, really take it and don't misuse that, because Nyani, imagine someone is willing to give you their time, which is the most valuable thing, and information that they have, and they're willing to share that with you because they believe in you. Take it and run. But at the same time, that relationship must be beneficial to both of you. And don't waste it. I haven't had a mentor though in a long time now, I think, just because of how life has been. But if I could find someone, I would definitely do it in a heartbeat. Having a mentor is very, 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 very beneficial.
Very important.
Yeah. Do you have a mentor?
I think I do, but I tried to make one official mentor.
Okay.
When I was still like hardcore mpago, business oriented. Rory, Yamas.
Yes. Oh, shame, man.
Rory had used to take to deliver on the biggest events, the NMU. So I was like, I need to get to this man's space. I need to get to know him. Kanti fortunately so hlangana in one event. Then he was like, oh, what do you do with these trays?
Yeah.
Because nama tray.
With
the platters.
The black ones,
Yeah. Then I was like, after events, I take them and dispose of them. Then I'm like, no, man. I can use them to put strap. Because mina, that's how our relationship started. And it's an inner air, man.
Okay, that's good.
It's best that you meet on the ground. More than you going to an office, buy coffee, sit down. But man zohlangana in a space la nsebenza khona kuba more meaningful.
Yeah, no, and Rory was such a pleasure to work with, him himself.
Yeah.
So you had a good one. Good customer service, always responds well. That was a good one.
He's a big bear, basically.
We bet
to try and wrap it. What wisdom? I love it catchy, ne? Please. Siyacela. Usiphe lento bethu ezophatheka when people see you or think about uXOLELA. Iring ikhanda.
Are pressure engaka?
XOLELA, do you know how much wisdom you have?
I don't. Look, if I had wisdom, I'd have $1 million in my bank account.
No, it doesn't always translate like that. Unfortunately.
Okay. I think, okay, I'm going to say something that's in my heart.
Yeah.
And that's
what we want.
Yeah, and I think it's taken me a long time to realize this. But, when they say you must follow your dreams, I know it's not always possible for everyone, but when you get the chance, really do it, because there's no greater feeling than doing something you love, being able to make an income out of it and support your family from it. Because then you're living in your purpose. And your life is meaningless if you don't have purpose. And people will tell you, people who are depressed, some, not all, some. Disclaimer.
Yeah.
But if you feel like life has no meaning, it will cause you to be depressed and you won't want to live.
And no matter how much resources you have around
no matter how many friends, or however big the house is, but if you live a purposeless life, you'll really won't want to live. But the fact that you have a dream and you want to do something and you're passionate about something and you're always drawn towards Lena into specific, then like really find a way to do it. It's going to be hard though. I think that's what everyone tells you, but it's true. Hey, kunzima follow your dreams.
What governs you? What governs you? What allows you to carry on?
Lately it's been that, bruh, you can't be a failure, dude. Like, I get it, life is difficult, but I want to see what you can make out of this. I want to see that for myself. Sometimes it's hard to believe that, you know what, things are going to get better or I'm going to make it, whatever that means. But I'm like, okay, but I want to see, can I actually do it? And also I have a family to look after. Fortunately, I don't have my own babies, thank God. But,
Thank God.
but I have a whole family to look after.
Yeah.
And I want to take that responsibility. I want to take that
Are you
responsibility.
the eldest?
I'm the eldest. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So, leadership was
Deputy parent from the get-go. It's like my sister recently said to me, because she didn't tell me something. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me? Like, and I understand why. She's like, even Mama knows things you don't know. Because I think when you're just stricter than Mama, actually. I'm like, but yeah, so.
The level of comparisons. Already, you said with parenthood.
Rude.
How's it rude?
But yeah, that's the life. That's the reality for most black kids.
Yeah.
So yeah. But my mom, she's been so supportive, and what I like about my mom is she's never put pressure on me to do anything, and
just for the sake of.
Yeah. In fact, you know, she's very supportive, and I don't want that to be a waste. She must reap the rewards of her hard work. It's a right, man. So I really want to do so much for my mom, and I better do it with my craft.
Yeah.
I better be able to do it with some of my talent.
Yeah,
some of it must pay off.
It is so easy, because looking at your journey or understanding from my perspective, you started being involved at a very young age. You've been a boss since primary. That's you aiming high. Aiming high. Omunye umuntu can easily say, I've been aiming high and this thing is not pulling up the way I want it to be. And I really appreciate you paying your dues. That's you paying your dues. Hey, yo, mom, you didn't even have to do much. Just believe.
Hey, Brian, I want that. Hey, like,
just believe.
I feel like that'll be. When I can
ultimate.
do this. When I can do stuff I want to do for my mom, I'll be like, okay, I'm a success now. That'll be the marker.
Yeah.
That'll be the marker.
No, it's gonna happen. It's a timing difference.
I received it.
It's a timing difference. What would you say to yourself? Take yourself back. Grade 7. Just in your words.
Don't do accounting, babe. Don't do it.
Do accounting. What?
Listen, I was telling Romeo lately, I was like, bro, I want to fight the people who said, there's this psycho guy who has dreadlocks who came to my school. I need to find that man first. Then I want to fight everyone who said when I wanted to quit accounting, said, no, don't quit. Accounting, open doors. Open doors. Where are the doors? I'm saying this for the second time now because I mean it. I'm throwing hands. I'm going to find one by one. But no, I have to take responsibility for my decisions. I'm not going to fight anyone.
No. But actually, you're speaking to the right person. I feel like I share some sentiments with you. Initially, I wanted to be a business person.
Yeah.
But there was no transport to that.
Okay.
Something that takes you there straight into business.
Yeah.
I was looking around it. Checkers, beautiful shop, retailer. Who does this? Then he did become accounting.
So you thought that was the key?
Bubble gum. Hey Arthur, hey, what did you study? I studied accounting.
Oh, okay. So that was for you. That was the link.
Then it made sense. Oh, nigga, go study this.
Yeah.
Kanti kuzovela nezinye
Yeah, they didn't tell us about all the other stuff that came with it.
But I'm sure there is something that you can take from that course.
No, like I guess just the understanding the financials of your business, that part, it makes it easy to do your books. It makes it easy to understand tax
and even translate.
Anyway, and if you need to audit, okay, you can do the bare minimum bookkeeping. So I guess there's that. I'm trying to think what it taught me other than that. It really taught me that I hate numbers. I hate working with numbers. I don't want to do it. It's not for me. Oh gosh, no. Oh, but it also made me appreciate the law. For whatever reason, it made me appreciate the law and how it applies and how we can use it to protect yourself. So now I read contracts like you won't believe. Whenever I move into a rental place, I read that thing
to the T.
I read it. I ask questions. All the agents in my building hate me because they're like, "Yo, it's her. She has a problem." So
and it's there. There's a clause there.
But I think law helped me in that I know the importance of reading those documents. So you're not signing things you shouldn't be signing.
Then to versatile, but accounting is the mother profession. Mina ngibuka kanjalo.
Okay.
Each and every business needs what?
An accountant.
Or it has to do with money.
Yeah.
Who is the most responsible person when it comes to money? Deemed the most,
yeah.
Yeah. Even in the fashion, I'm sure your solution will come through accounting. Because the only problem, man, is the monetization.
Yeah.
And monetization is in the accounting. Your solution will come in.
When I have that light bulb moment, I'll call you and be like, hey.
Izovela ukuthi ingqondo vethu stubborn yabo na yafuna ukuprotect.
If
anyone shows you a ledger, ibisanivala
trauma
mawona calculator uthi mbatha susa lento la yabo. But I'm sure your solution will come there. It will come there.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll let you know.
Even ubanu nomzamo mbatha.
Yeah.
She did accounting. The roads.
Now remember that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But passion. But I'm sure, even without you graduating, that thing plays an impactful role.
Speaking of which, graduation. I finally get to have a graduation. Yo. Also, can you guys buy bags so I can go to my grad? That'll be great. So some artwork, whatever. I need to raise some money to come back to graduate.
No,
anyway.
Man. Share the story, share the products and how people can get to them. Because Nami XOLELA something.
Currently, I'm just using my Instagram, but I'm trying to set up an online store just to make it easy for people to buy stuff.
Yeah.
I think that'll be also the professional thing to do. I think it'll be much better than. I don't even like social media, but it's the way we have to. Yo, bruh, like I feel, but you just have to suck it up. You suck it up. You make the platforms work.
It's
necessary. So, but I would think the online store would be a better platform, and people can see the full range of what's available, and I can manage stock appropriately, etc., etc.
I know that you do drawing. We used to do accounting in Uyazoba. That's why
I stayed awake.
She has been on this tip of art in an accounting class. So she does drawing. Let's say mhlambe for indawo ezinjengo, because I think I saw you draw something, a propeller. Was it propeller or some business incubator?
No.
Or study center.
It's so I did murals for a study center up Perez, and I think my last exciting project was with Krishet. No, it's not Krishet. It's Orhet. The online something research whatnot.
Yeah.
So department here at MMU, but they linked with other universities, and they wanted symbols and headers and icons, and that was really such a fun experience. So it also helped me see my art in a different way, and I got to work with a graphic designer because they wanted color, and
Sharp black and white.
Exactly.
Standard.
It's
debit and credit, black and white.
Debit and credit.
She's a typical.
But and she helped me see how my art can be
Alive.
airborne and the use of color and giving meaning to that color, not just choosing red because it's red, but why red, and diving deep into symbolism and making sure that everything's aligned with the story and what they're trying to achieve. That was really such a nice experience.
And you never went to a formal training platform for your uncle?
No, so and my style of art is a bit different, so it's emotive prints, art and patterns. Okay, so like
there's no curriculum for you.
No, they're the old, but there's rules to every game, right?
Yeah.
And so and what I like to normally use is lines. That's my basic, but it started off as just being whole shapes.
Yeah.
You start off with whole shapes, and then eventually I just went with just lines, and that's where I'm the happiest, just working with lines, because it's easier to do what you need to do with them. I don't know how to describe that.
No, abantu bazoyibona lento esikhuluma ngayo, and I'm sure there are people out there who gonna find a perfect spot for your art.
Yeah.
Nami, I'm like, hey, but as soon as you get your own establishment, there must be that wall.
I'm ready.
I know. With nangu sisozongenzela.
I'd love to do that.
And I just pray that all the doors open. There are people like Abo Makhosa. We walked the same path basically. Nalaba bantu love. We went to the same study centers. We went to the same campuses. We stood at the same shuttle stops late, just because you're chasing your passion.
Yo, bruh.
Yeah, but it is so real. Kanjalo ukuthi khona la mhlawumbe kwa network khona imvula. Business passion. Khona nomunye exactly.
Yo,
who did the very same thing.
When you say that, it makes me think of the markets that I've had to do. Okay, so I started new markets going to markets in Johannesburg, and unlike here in PE where you can go to a market, you don't have to pay for the stall, or the minimum you pay is like 100 rand or something.
Just admin fee.
Where Johannesburg, you have to pay up 400 and up, for a stall. And there'll be days. There was a day where we didn't make a sale, like nothing. So that's 400 and that's gone. Plus the stock that you had, the money you spent.
Prepared for.
And as a minus queen, okay, you know what? We move.
It's advertising cost. That's how I always justify a loss. It's advertising cost.
It's painful. But you know who I always think about, and I wish I want to operate at his level, because I feel like I'd do much better as a business owner.
Yeah.
Utepang Sediba, he's probably my favorite.
Utepang Sediba, I know the name.
Probably, yeah. He's spoken at the Entrepreneurial Student we did a couple of years ago, and I think at a couple of NMU events as well. And Taku about what field of entrepreneurship is in, but he would always say, this is his motto: other people's time, other people's money.
Yeah. Other people's time, other people's money.
Other people's time, other people's money.
Those are the resources you use.
Those are the resources.
Oh.
So
leverage.
Anyway, so who can you partner up with? So you bring the talent, they bring the resources you need to make it happen.
Yeah.
Because as just thinking, Mali, I have so many projects that I want to do that I think would be impactful, that I think will be good, I think will be beneficial, but they need capital, and they need time. So.
But I think to you stepping into the Joburg sphere will also help you.
I hope so.
Basically, green lights was on, because I fear that place.
I fear it as well.
But you're there, at least.
I'm there. I might have to go back home. If I don't make it in Johannesburg, I might have to move back to KZN. Hey, guys, yeah.
But I'm sure that your mark will be felt, and there will be.
Oh, thank you so much for those kind words. I must keep them up and give up.
Ungalinge. But sisonke, guys, this was XOLELA MADLANGA. It's a wrap. Po. Yo, siyabonga sis.